Okay, so this is a first for me. I don't really do response videos. I mean, whole channels are built around them. They're just not my thing, but this abomination of a video by Hillary Clinton, I'll make an exception for. So let's get started.
Dear Donald Trump.
Dear Donald Trump.
Dear Donald Trump.
There's something we want you to know.
Okay, so 5 seconds in, we've had a salutation from a child too young to vote, let alone understand the electoral process, whose youth and innocence is being shamelessly exploited by Hillary. A man that looks as though he needs to ask permission before he urinates, whilst probably sitting down. An angry / sassy middle-aged Chinese woman, and another middle-aged and condescending woman. Okay, I can see where this is going.
You do not represent us.
Your ideas do not represent us.
Your values don't represent us.
His values? What values? First of all, you've got each person reading one line. Okay, I get it. 3/4 of the U.S. population is zombified by some kind of prescription medicine. However, it's pretty clear the message you're trying to convey. You've cobbled together an ensemble of pretty much any and all demographics you can think of. Not that it looks much like the demographics of the country, the United States that is. But anyway, what you've done for each of these individuals is self-proclaim them as spokespersons for their race, ethnicity, sexual orientation in the case of the white males, and you have them speaking in a collective. Listen, this is how everyone thinks. What's wrong with you? And trying to shame you with buzzwords about not having the right values.
And we are going to do absolutely everything we can
To make sure you never, ever become president.
Okay, so now angry, sassy Chinese woman and beta-looking white male sound like they're making threats.
We believe in our country's founding principle.
And pray tell, which principles are those? Persons of African American descent were considered to be less than human, so were Native Americans. Slavery was legal and women were not enfranchised. Or were you speaking of the Second Amendment and your support for the right for free people to bear arms? Or were you talking about the original United States Naturalization Law of March 26, 1790? This law limited naturalization to immigrants who were free white persons of good character. Thus, it excluded American Indians, indentured servants, slaves, free blacks, Asians, pretty much everyone.
That all people are created equal.
Let me fix that for you, dear. The Declaration of Independence says all men are created equal, not all persons.
That no matter the color of our skin,
The faith we practice.
or how much money we have.
Or who we love, we all deserve a chance at happiness.
Happiness, freedom, buzzword, buzzword, buzzword.
Todos merecemos ser tratados con dignidad.
What? Hold on. Wait, Spanish? Really? Spanish, Hillary? It's like the second language in the U.S. Not very inclusive of you. Couldn't you have found some handicapped, non-binary Zer that spoke some rare dialect of Javanese, or a few Sherpas that speak Nepalese? Really, Hillary, you've got to up your game on this one.
You've spent your life looking out for yourself.
Opposed to what? Hillary looking out for Bill and smearing all the different women he's had his way with over the years? Making hundreds of millions of dollars between the two of you by giving speeches and providing political access?
You bulldozed your way into this nomination by sowing anger, hate, and fear.
Okay, so here it comes. Setting up the narrative of the righteous versus the villain. Lots of adjectives to follow.
Now you're counting on Americans to be cruel and narrow-minded because that's what you are.
But it's not who we are.
So little innocent girl, we not cruel and mean and bad. We are good. You are good too, right? Donald Trump is a mustache-twirling villain. He's mean.
you fundamentally don't understand.
Okay, now I was wondering when the Muslim was going to join the parade, but I guess they couldn't find one. Thinking that most Americans are too stupid to notice the difference, they get this Sikh guy to fill in. But this guy kills two birds with one stone, and for the more informed viewer, he is in fact wearing a digital camouflage turban, so obviously he's trying to be the one that represents veterans. And this would probably be a nod to the ruling just a few months ago that Sikhs are now allowed to wear beards and keep their turbans in the U.S. military. Well played, Hillary. Well played.
We are at our best when we stand up for each other.
Jeez, really? Okay, throw this guy in spouting platitudes and buzzwords to troll all people, to try and hector and bully a mentally disabled person to prove how mean the other side is. It really is sinking this low.
Our country faces deep problems.
From systemic racism and economic inequality to the overwhelming threat of climate change.
Really? Really? These are the three biggest challenges facing Americans? Obviously, you're talking about white racism because, of course, there is no other kind. Strange how millions upon millions upon millions of non-whites have entered the country since 1965, and tens of millions of non-whites clamor to get into a country that supposedly systemically hates them. Also, honey, you're not doing too bad. Asian women are the most sought-after women of all racial groups in America, so check your privilege, edgelord.
And we won't solve them by turning against each other.
We're going to work towards solutions and help all Americans.
Because we know that when people of all genders, races, and religions can succeed,
We're all better off.
Platitudes, more buzzwords, trying to manufacture unity and diversity, identity politics.
Put another way, we're stronger together.
Really, Hillary? Really? So this woman is like, look at me, I supported Bernie. You know the guy the Democratic Party sided with Hillary against? Corrupted the democratic process and helped weasel the nomination from. They even conspired to use his religion or lack of religion against him. But you know, now I really think Hillary's great. You Bernie supporters should too. This woman has absolutely no shame.
And when a bully comes after the people we love, we fight back.
Children bully children, Donald Trump. Oh, I get it. Trump is a big bad bully. Okay.
We're better than this.
We're better than this.
We're better than this.
We're better than this.
Somos mejor que esto.
Okay, we get it. Donald Trump is evil incarnate. Okay, we get it.
We're the people who are going to beat you this November.
Now you know exactly why.
Sincerely, us.
Wow, she is so sassy. This entire ad speaks volumes to the stupidity of Hillary Clinton as well as her campaign. Not even getting into the fact that this video and its demographics look nothing like the US. So let's run through this. We have a Sikh standing in for a Muslim who's meant to be a veteran, a few sassy late middle-aged minority women, children too young to vote, and play at the heartstrings of white women, who Hillary is having a problem with, I might add. People speaking Spanish, testosterone challenge beta provider white men, and the B-list actor from Freaks and Geeks. And the other assorted minorities all calling Trump a supervillain, with aspirations to bring about 8 years of darkness and ruin the lives of little children. Hillary's doing two things here. She's marketing herself as the matriarch of minorities while at the same time shaming fence-sitting whites by talking down to them should they not vote for her. Look at us. We are all wonderful, inclusive, diverse, progressive, tolerant, happy people. Why are you a racist? You are a horrible person if you don't vote for Hillary. It's literally a 3-minute circle jerk of leftists extolling how mean Trump is and how accepting they are, and thus by extension Hillary is. The whole video is non-stop virtue signaling. This is the consequence of diversity. Diversity is not a strength. As countries of the West become ever more diverse, identity politics are taking precedence over issues. Do we have the poor Latina vote? Do we have the over 50s educated black vote? Do we have the under 30 lipstick lesbian vote? Do we have the 18 to 34 transgendered handicapped bedwetting vote? Concrete issues are no longer the point. It's what can community X get should it vote for candidate Y. It's bread and circuses for the plebs, and they know exactly what they're doing. Just because this kind of tripe is being peddled in the mainstream media doesn't mean people believe it. People are increasingly consuming information from the internet. Trump is a legitimate phenomenon that's been created because people are tired of being talked down to when they have opinions that differ from the controlled media, academia, and government narrative. Hillary is the establishment. Firmly the establishment. That's why she has to craft ads like this. She's not saying vote for me because I'm the best candidate with the best ideas for the problems the country faces. No. What she's doing is say, look at him, he's a bad, mean, cruel, insert whatever slander you'd like here, and I play better identity politics than anyone. You know, if she is for all Americans, how come access has a price tag? How come, Hillary? Sincerely, Black Pigeon. Oh, and one end note. Take a look at the like to dislike ratio on the video. I provided a link to it in the description. Obviously, people are beginning to wake up. She's also disallowed comments to be viewable on that video. I wonder why, Hillary. Please consider subscribing to this channel. It will be updated regularly.